Hi, Jackie here with a Little Magpie March 2025 challenge. This month is an easy one, is to do a scrap lift. I've chosen one of our DT Sheena layouts from back in December. So here is the close-up of what she's done. I've also chosen the papers I'm going to use and the photo I'm going to use, and I'm going to stick to exactly the same format. Sheena has done a process video on this, so I'll leave the link in the description box below so you can check out how she put her layout together. And I'm going to be using 4-9 and Market Kaleidoscope Collection. So I am going to do more or less exactly the same as what she's done, but using bits and pieces as opposed to using pattern paper. So to start with, I want to represent those circles underneath that photo mount, and I'm going to use the circle fun set from A Little Magpie, and I'm just going to stamp it on pattern paper, on 6x8 paper. It's plain paper I'm going to be using, and I'm going to use them in pink tones and this lovely teal colour as well. The photograph is from me and my son in Animal Kingdom in 2020. I was going to say last year, but it wasn't. It was 2023. So I'm just going to use, I think I used 3 different designs of these stamps, and I've just stamped them on 3 different pattern papers. So I've used the 6x8 papers. I've got the teal, the dark pink, and the spotted. So this pink spotted one is like the one I'm going to use at the top of my layout. So I've punched them out and put them in a little tray, one of these Little Magpie embellishment trays, and I'm going to distress one of the edges of this pattern paper. So like I said, I've cut this paper down. I think it's roughly about 4 inches in height, 4x12, and it's just going to sit at the top of the of my 12x12 pattern paper, and it's going to be exactly the same format as Sheena has done. So this month, for the challenge for this month, I want you to go through the blog and select a DT's layout and just scrap lift it. All you need to do, add in the comment into the comments of whose layout you've chosen, and what month it was, so that I can just double check. It just gives you a good opportunity to go back and see what our team are doing, and choose a layout that you would like to do. Adapt it as you want, but you have to tell me which layout. You don't have to put the layout up in the comments, just tell me which layout you've chosen and which designer you've chosen when you enter the competition. So I'm just going to, I've backed my photograph in the dark pink, and then I just wanted to put the pale teal around the edge, and as you could see, I'd already used that to punch out some of those circles, so I've just used it anyway, and the side where it doesn't sort of you can't see the border edge of the teal, it gets covered up anyway, so it's a way of not wasting the paper. So again, in my little trays, I've got some embellishment from this collection. So I've just gone through it off camera and found out some embellishments and journaling cards that I want to use. I'm going to cut this one down, just trim it down slightly at the left-hand side. And it says, "I think I'll just be happy today," which I think is perfect for the day at Animal Kingdom. And again, this, I don't know what it really is. It's just a piece of pattern paper. I'm just going to put that at the back. What I do with this layout is I mount everything together so that I've got one big photo mount across the page before I actually stick it all down. So I just wanted to make sure everything will fit. I add this dream bingo card to the left. And again, I just add a little bit of double-sided tape just so it sticks to the back of the photograph. And then I found these 2 little shape things. So I add them again to the back of my photo mat. One of them I do cutting off and add to the top left and the bottom of my photo. There's such a lot of embellishments in these collections that I didn't cut half of them down. If you watch my videos, you know that I like to cut things in half and spread them across the page. But with some of these, I just left them as a whole because there was so much left. I've got so much left of this collection to use. So here I am just doing the bottom journaling spot. Again, using bits and pieces from the collection. And layering things up. I think they've got some chipboard and just normal embellishments on this cluster. Sorry, I'm forgetting my words. I'm looking at my layout and trying to think what I've put on it. So now I've come back to going to add my circles. Now what I'm going to do with the circles, I'm just going to add a small amount of double-sided glue and to the top of each of the circles, so it actually sticks to the photo mat, not to the actual 12 by 12 paper. So I'll just go around the edges and just add the circles. Keep on looking at the scrap lift I'm doing of Sheena's, just to get an idea of where I wanted things to go. I did cut one of the circles in half because I wanted it to put it in a bit further in, and then I've used the other half to the top of the left side, as you can see. So the mat is still not stuck down, and neither is the bottom one, because I am going to come in and do something else shortly. So again, I keep on going to my trays and trying to figure out what I want to put behind, and it's just a case of just randomly putting layers behind the photo mat. So I cut that one in half, and then I've used part at the top and I've put part at the bottom, which I do add I'll add another piece, a wood chip phrase, on that bottom one. So going through, I found this little ticket. Again, no rhyme or reason. I thought it looked nice, so I added it to the top right of the cluster. And then I've gone through and I found some circles. I think these were from the laser cut sheet. So one says you and me, one says love this life, and one's just blank. Off camera, I've put in the blank one that goes down at the bottom cluster. I put the date in. But I took the photographs before. You won't see that on the final photograph, because I took the photographs before I did my journaling and I did the date. So again, I forgot, in my haste to put all the pieces together, I forgot to distress the edges. I don't really think it needed distressing, but I've just got in the habit now. I've always wanted to distress the edges, so I've just done it. I did fast forward it, so you're not watching me just simply distressing the edges. And then the next thing I wanted to do was to add some plain circles. So I just took I think I took a 1-inch punch, and I've just punched it again with using the teal and the dark pink paper. And I've distressing all the edges, and I'm just going to dot them around the photo mat, and also add, I think 1 or 2 to the lower cluster, journaling cluster point. And as you can see in the top left of my video, I've got my Mickey punch. So I'm going to be adding some of the Mickey punch heads as well. And I've just been slotting those in behind the clusters. So here I am using, I've just added some 3D foam to the circle that says you and me. And then I've added some 3D foam to the one on the right that says love this life. And also to the plain one that's in the bottom cluster, which will eventually, well, it does now hold my date. So I'm just going to put those together. And again, there's still the main cluster, the main photo mat there is not stuck down. I'm still figuring out what I'm going to do. So what do I do next? Yes, I'm still just going to add the clusters here, and I've put all the small circles around. And then I found a little camera, so I just added that camera there. So now I'm decided that I've got these, what are they called, photo plates, I think they're called. But one says happy times and the other says filled with joy. And I just thought, to have a bit more interest, I'll swap them around. Obviously the same size, so I just swapped them around. So you've got the pink outside and the blue inside and vice versa. I do add some double-sided tape just to stick them together at the back, but then I do add them to my page using glue, wet glue, which goes down easily. And then I found another ticket again, just adding it in, no rhyme, no reason, just putting it in at the top. I just love how all this cluster has come together. It works out really well. So then I decide that I want to add some script words to the background. So I've just using the, let's see what it's called, script background stamps from Little Magpie. And I'm using Lost Shadow, and I'm just going to add them. Some of them don't, it doesn't stamp fully, but I'm well with that because it's just to have that distressed look of these stamps anyway. So I've had 2 behind the bottom journaling cluster, and then I add a few behind where the photograph mount is going to be, as you can see. So I'm just going to add it there, and I add it to the left side, and I also add it to the right side of the edge of the pattern paper, if you can see here, and you can see where it's not really stamped properly, but then it does get covered over anyway. And then I've just add that to the end, to the right side. It's just to give the a distressed look with the stamped. And then I thought, oh, I'll stamp in the middle, you'll see it in a minute, of the spotted paper at the top of the photograph. So I'll stamp it there. It's not far enough up, so I do stamp it again. And again, the bottom bit gets covered up anyway, so you can't see that I've, misstamped, if you will. And I've just added a bit of onto the pattern paper as well, left and right of the paper stack. So now it's time for me to stick it all down. And as is my way, I've not stuck. I don't stick down the edges. The edges, because I'm still thinking about adding more embellishments, tucking more circles in. I don't end up doing that, but I thought if I want to, if the edges are not stuck down, I can just add them in freely. So I'm just going to position that, use my ruler to try and get it straight, and then I add the bottom one as well to the bottom of the page. I'll leave all the links to Sheena's video, how she did her layout, and also the challenge. So here I am. I'm just going to punch out some Mickey heads and add them to the as layers to the pattern paper. Sorry, to the photo block. I didn't distress the edges of these. So here it is, a quick close-up. So I've added some enamel dots off camera. There's the Mickey heads. I found some dragonflies to add around the page. So thank you for watching my video. Please like and subscribe to our channel. I will leave description in the box below for Sheena's video of how she put her original idea together, and I hope you can join us this month for the March 2025 challenge, is to scrap lift one of our DT layouts that you can find on the blog. Thank you.